Hey you guys, I'm Danny the Tease. This is Beauty Manifested. This is a channel for storytelling. It would make sense for you to subscribe so that you can keep up with the story. However, if you just hop on for this one video, I'm so happy to have you. I'm beyond grateful. My only ask is that if you do just hop on for this one video, please don't leave any mean comments, because it wouldn't really make sense to leave anything mean if you don't understand my full story of where I'm coming from. But if you do like the video, please do leave comments, because I love having dialogue with y'all. So I'm coming from class right now, driving home, and when I tell you, there's been temptations today. So I am working on my financial discipline, my resourcefulness, my frugality. All of these things. These are essential habits that I want to cultivate within myself, so that as I make more and more and more money, I already have a great foundation of making smart money decisions, right? Okay, so what I did my first day here to class, I did have a good breakfast, but I didn't pack a lunch. And so I end up spending like $7 on a grilled cheese sandwich. And mind you, the grilled cheese sandwich was absolutely delicious. Yeah, okay. And then I think I spent another like $13 on a veggie burger. I thought it was going to be a hamburger. It ended up being a mushroom burger. And mind you, I did used to eat mushroom burgers, but it was just not good. And I ate a lot of it, honestly, just because I spent the money, but it was really not good. So then after that, I pledged that I would be packing a lunch with me every day. However, today I did pack a lunch and I did eat my lunch, and so I was not even hungry, but I really wanted to get the grilled cheese sandwich again because it was so delicious. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it. And then like 30 minutes goes by and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm just gonna treat myself. Like, I deserve it. Like, I'm gonna just get it. Tell me why I go up there to order it, literally, and he says we're out of it. And I was like, all right, that's God. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just have a water then. And water's free. So I was like, okay, I'll just have a water. I drank my water and I took my little butt to class because I didn't even need that grilled cheese sandwich. Like, I was not hungry. And so that got me thinking a little bit. And I already knew this. Like, I almost just stopped at this Indian buffet on my way home because I really wanted some Indian food. And I was like, no, you have food at home, go home. And when I was working full time, it was like this too. Like, on the way home, there would just be so much temptation. Like, the devil is working overtime on the way home, and you just have to have mental discipline, because honestly, everything sounds good. Of course the grilled cheese will be good. Of course the Indian food will be good. Of course all these things will be good. But is it serving your ultimate purpose? That's the question. Is it fitting your body goals? No, because you do not know the ingredients that they use or the cooking methods they use, and it's going to be a lot healthier for you to eat food that was made in your own home with love. Okay? You can control the controllables way better if you eat your own food. That's for starters. 2, financially, does it make sense to eat out every meal? Honestly, maybe it does, but if you're gonna do that, you should have a plan. I know a guy, I don't know all his finances, but he eats out for mostly all of his meals. He does still buy groceries, and I think maybe he'll like cook breakfast or something for himself, but for the most part, he doesn't cook. He buys all his meals, but he'll go on DoorDash, or sometimes he'll get those like pre-made meals from the grocery store that you just have to like warm up. But he'll go on DoorDash and he'll find like deals, like buy one, get one free usually. And then he might buy like 4 meals at a time, and then he'll eat 2 a day. And then those will be his meals, and it fits into his budget and it makes sense. It also fits his calories. Me personally, I do feel like the healthiest food is prepared at home, but he gets really boring food, like just like a rice and chicken bowl with vegetables. So that works for him, but that's not my plan. And so what he's not doing is just pulling over at every delicious sounding restaurant on his way home. That's what he's not doing. He's not just impulsively making these weird decisions. Anything you do should be intentional. Okay, so that's regarding food. But then also regarding the discipline around diet. Well, back to the food situation, making a plan, and then sticking to the plan. If you plan to eat out every day, that's fine. But you need to have a plan. You cannot be aimless. Have a plan, and whatever that plan is, you need to stick to the plan. You can't have one plan in the morning and then by lunch you're like, oh no, it'll be fine. Because that just goes against you trying to establish discipline within yourself. When you're very lax with yourself, it's hard to establish any healthy habits because you do not trust yourself to make a plan and then stick to it. Okay, so it's not even about the food, it's about the mindset of someone who sticks to the plan. Okay, it's more than just food. And then financially as well, are you someone who sticks to the plan? Finances are not hard, it just requires discipline. That's it. There are so many things that I can justify buying. There are so many wonderful, amazing products that truly would benefit my life, and they're great products. They're wonderful. However, do they serve the goal? Are they part of the plan? Like, I really want to get this $500 camera so I can take better pictures. And technically, it is kind of a part of the plan. Kind of. Because I want to get more into like video creating and things like this. The way that I'm going to justify this within myself is I'm not buying it right now. I'm not buying it right now. I'm going to take some video editing courses. I'm going to get really good at doing things on my phone. I'm going to be a master at using my phone. And then once I have established that discipline with myself, that I'm serious about videography, I'm serious about developing this skill, I'm serious about capturing content, then I will upgrade. And honestly, if you really commit like that, you should be able to like do some freelance work or something to earn the money to pay for the video camera, instead of spending a bunch of money on the front end getting all the supplies and everything that you think you might need, and you haven't even made any money yet. And as a serial entrepreneur, this is a mistake that I've made many times, and I've seen other people make too. You feel like you're not ready, even with the certifications. Like, I was just watching a career video, and he was talking about how people who are trying to break into tech, break into cybersecurity, IT, etc., they like feel like before they can even start applying the jobs, they have to have like this super deep level of understanding, and they have to get like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 certifications, which is outrageous because you need to work on projects and get experience. And so you can get a couple certifications, maybe 1 or 2, and then start trying to find work, even if it's just like entry-level work, right? And that way you're making money along the way. It makes no sense to get a bunch of certifications, spend a bunch of money, probably thousands of dollars, and then what, you never even get a job in the field, or like you end up getting a job that only requires 3 of the 10 certifications that you got. Like, it just doesn't make sense to do it that way. Okay, so you are going to be resourceful. You are going to do the absolute most and reach the highest level that you can for free without investing really any money. Without investing any money, what is the highest level that I can perform at? And then once you've reached that level, really, you should be trying to make some money in that thing. Get some projects, at least do some volunteer work at the very least. But you should try to make a little bit of money, like volunteer at a few weddings, or not volunteer, but like, you know, do a few wedding gigs, like get on Upwork. Like, it's not hard to get some projects under your belt, right? Do that, make a little money, and then invest in the higher security supplies. That's regarding to like investing in things. Don't do all the investing on the front end. What else financially? Like, I feel like that honestly covers it all, because when you're trying to justify spending money, you're like, oh, well, this is going to be an investment because it's going to help me do this. It's going to help me do that. I wanted to spend like $1,000 on hair extensions, and I was like, well, it's going to improve my look and it's going to be an investment. And I actually did that on designer pieces too. I was like, okay, well, I need to get these designer bags because obviously I'm in sales, and so I have to present myself in a certain way, and so this is actually going to help me make more sales and more money, and that's how I was justifying it. But it's like, okay, but have you even maximized your sales potential without the bag? And if you had, then the money coming in from the sales would pay for the bag, and it wouldn't be a big deal. If you even, like, it wouldn't even be a big deal. And if you had the money in surplus, and you knew that you could close it without the designer bag, then that would no longer really justify needing the bag, because you already proved how much deals you can close without any designer items. So it's like, it's not true that you need to have designer items to close more deals. I think you see where I'm going with this. I don't feel that I need to over explain, but the point is, it's not about the food. It's not even about the thing that you're trying to buy. It's about being someone who sticks to the plan. That's it. I listened to another YouTuber. She's actually a friend of mine, and she was talking about how people always want to like revise the plan. And she was talking about following other people's plans. So for example, she buys like all these courses and stuff. So say you get like a fitness, like a, what's it called? Like, you say you get a personal trainer, and then he gives you a nutrition plan. And this is great. I actually used to be a nutrition coach. And he gives you a nutrition plan. He gives you this and that. If you were to do the exact workout that he gave you and follow the exact diet that he gave you, the success would be guaranteed. But the personal trainer cannot guarantee success, because 99% of people don't follow the plan. They either add things that were not on it, or they don't do things that were on it. And they're like, oh, well, I'm doing like most of it. I'm doing, people say the 80-20 rule. I'm doing 80% of it. That's not what you signed up for. That's not what you agreed to. If you're going to use this person's plan, then use this person's plan. Me personally, I don't really like to follow other people's plans. I need to come up with my own plan and then follow that. But shoot, I be having issues even following that. And she just talked about like all these different scenarios where people complain that something's not working for them, but whole time they didn't follow the instructions. And that's the issue. If you're going to do anything, learn to stick to plans. Learn to execute on plans. Even when you think it's no big deal if I just have sugar one day. It's no big deal if I just do this. It's no big deal if I do that. Honestly, when you're making the plan, you can be realistic. You can be like, okay, well, once a week I'm going to do this. Once a week I'm going to do that. But have it be part of the plan, because your mind, you need to train it to follow orders. And I was just meditating on obedience today, and then I text my best friend, and she was talking about obedience, and that's why I'm making this message, because I know it's in the collective conscious. Like, you need to be obedient. And even I made a video like a month ago talking about how like the Bible isn't your end all be all, blah 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 blah. Girl, if you're gonna be a Christian, then at least do it right. You cannot pick and choose what you want to follow from the Bible. If you are gonna follow the Bible, then follow the Bible. Be obedient. Follow the rules. Follow the steps. Follow the methodology. Like, nobody's trying to tell you, like, I keep going on tangents, but there's so many layers to it, and I'm screaming and I'm talking kind of aggressive because I am like the least obedient person. Like, I am the least obedient person, because I don't know. I'm just impulsive. I just do things like one moment at a time. I'll be back.